Hey, welcome to the tech capital of the world. I'm Bobby Dave, CEO and founder of Coder Founder. And hey, Kevin, this is the first video that we've made in a while. We're not going to talk about ChatGPT.
What are you talking about? This is the first video any of these people watching right now haven't watched about ChatGPT in the last 2 weeks. Because if you look at everything on YouTube, it's like literally everybody in our space is making ChatGPT videos, including us. We're not actually done talking about it. We have another one coming out
We're
next
not
week.
done talking about
So
it yet.
we have
We
another
have a
take
lot
on
of
it.
things. Yeah, another hot take. So why we said, I know we said we wouldn't talk about it, but I was reading an article in the opener there, the 1 minute opener, and I got some new information. So Epic Games has an AI, has a platform called ArtStation.
Okay.
And so they just started
that?
releasing AI art on ArtStation.
Oh,
So
okay.
ArtStation is this clearinghouse for artists of all types to come together to share their work, have their portfolios, display what they can do. Maybe you work in the game industry, maybe you don't. And so they pushed AI art there. And
Okay.
then Epic Games, believe it or not, Epic Games, our fantastic neighbors in Raleigh,
Make us a
said that
Fortnite.
they simultaneously don't want to become a gatekeeper with the site in terms that stifle AI research and commercialization when it respects artist choices and copyright law. I am telling you that this is a fight coming. So.
Yeah.
And it's hilarious. This comes from Epic Games. So just imagine if I went to ChatGPT and all of our worst fears came said, make me a Fortnite clone. I'm sure they're going to have problems with that.
Yeah.
But all of these larger companies are jumping in and saying, hey, I would love to have AI generated art for the background of my video games because I don't want to pay a human to do it.
Right. Right. Well,
and
that's
it's not really
one part of our video next week. Is we talk about one of the problems we talk about is this copyright issue with AI, and
it's stealing art.
It has to come to a head. It has to come to a head at some point.
Yeah.
And it's going to be big companies that are going to fight it. And yeah, interesting stuff.
So here's what I think. I think they need to start changing the name of it. It's really not an artificial intelligence. Like it really isn't. That's what we call it. I know that's what we say.
Yeah.
But this you feed it lots of stuff, and then it just takes those things and tries to copy it. Is what it does. It's a plagiarizer. That's what it should be called.
Yeah.
And it should be called automated plagiarizer, an AP. That's what we need to start calling it, as an AP. Because, like in one of the articles that came out the other day, this company had been using an AI bot to steal the LinkedIn profile information, the email, if you put it on there public available, and then sell it out as mailing lists to people.
Yeah. Yeah.
We
know that's the thing. We've been targeted through LinkedIn before. Through people who are like linked to us through LinkedIn, who are like, well, hold on a minute, that person doesn't even work here. Just because they do on LinkedIn, they actually don't. But it was like one of those like spam emails that came through like a bunch of people who don't actually work here. So we know that's kind of people are doing that to kind of harvest that information.
And so I don't think you can commercialize. See, the thing is, these companies want to commercialize this right now. And what we all need to step back and talk about and say, should it be commercialized? In other words, like, because it really does plagiarize from other artists. And that could be a coder. It could be a person who makes music, a person who makes videos or whatever. And I promise you, like, if you are going to Lensa AI right now and you're submitting your likeness to Lensa AI, you're giving them permission to use your likeness. And we just fought things in college over like NIL where, like I need to control my name, image, and license, likeness. And a college football team should be able to do that and sell my picture everywhere and make money off of it. And now we're just giving it away. And so you're like, okay, Bobby and Kevin may never be famous. We may never be like where someone
doesn't
wants
matter.
to like
Our likeness doesn't matter. Right.
But the 14-year-old that does it might become famous.
Right.
And suddenly they've given away their lights. And so like if you're an actor, I mean, you shouldn't be doing this. If you're in broadcast media and you have any type of fame, you shouldn't be doing it, But if you draw things, I mean, people should be able to steal your art. That's just my rant on it. But like,
but it's the same way with any kind of creative thing. You draw things, you create any kind of digital art, coding, you write things. It's all the same thing. Like, what is to say that like you can ask the AI to, if you ask the AI, and in our example that we're talking about in the video, I think we talk about, well, maybe we don't talk about in the video, but we were talking about it yesterday. We're talking about if you ask the thing to write a book in the style of Stephen King, it's like it's clearly been fed all of Stephen King's material to be able to produce that book. I don't know. it's such a strange thing. Like, how would he not be able to protect that intellectual property? I think he should be able to.
Yeah.
Because it's literally only been trained on his words. It's not a likeness of his. It is literally taken his words and repurposed them. Like, it's
not inspiration.
Like, no, it's not inspiration. I think it's different than inspiration. No, it's not.
No, it's
because
not.
the AI can't be inspired.
Plagiarizing it.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's different.
Anyway.
Yeah, so we'll talk about that in a video next week.
Yeah, we'll talk about it next week. So, like, the thing that I find interesting too is, like, when you talk about coding, and we're going to look at portfolios today. So if we have AI generated portfolios, or we're going to have to start tagging these things, saying this was generated by AI,
right?
And or we're going to have the new kind of like handcrafted and pride by a human, Bobby Davis or whatever.
Maybe that's the new thing. Yeah. Made by an actual human. Coded by a human mind. Is that going to be the exception? Yeah,
exactly. So, I mean, the way I look at it, like, you can go to the ice cream shop and they'll say hand dipped, where that someone's like scooping it out of the thing.
Yeah.
Or you can go to McDonald's, and they can't say hand dipped because, you get it from the soft serve machine. Two different products, like,
right. Right. It's kind of funny. Hold on, let's talk about this real quick. Where did my thing go? Just this is an interesting thing. Send. Said, I haven't fixed these comments. They're not at the bottom. But you can copy someone's style without copying their work. So yeah, but look at things like, look at what's happened in like the music industry, right? Without the use of AI. You look at that the Marvin Gaye, Robin Thicke story, the lawsuit that happened, and they were kind of inspired by it without actually ripping it off. They lost that lawsuit.
Yes.
And they just claimed inspiration and if you listen to the two songs, they're kind of similar, but they're not identical. It really does come across like what most people would consider inspiration, but because of technical things around, musical things around chord patterns and the way that the timings and those kind of things, they're like, well, it's a little too inspired.
Here's the thing about AI, and and people think that it's not going to be a problem. It totally is. Like, this is coming to a fight.
Somebody
will
say
fight
whatever
you want.
Yeah, somebody will fight it.
No, they're going to fight. The music industry will fight this. The movie industry will fight this. I mean, if you write an article on Medium, you don't even, like I tweeted the other day, you don't even get a like from the AI. No hand claps.
Yeah, it's zero attribution. Like that. That's the thing. It is absolute zero attribution. So, yeah.
And people on Twitter right now just get all up in arms and they tweet something out and some guy comes around, copies it, and then does the exact same tweet and gets more engagement because he has more followers.
Right.
And everyone gets heard about it, And what you're seeing is Twitter bots doing this. They'll take the most tweet, they'll copy it for word and start tweeting it out.
Or sometimes even change the words. So let's say that you change the words. Is that inspiration or is that plagiarization? Like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not. It becomes, in terms of like what we may think is one thing, but what it becomes legally is a different thing. That's the thing. It's going to get fought legally. So we have to think about what is a lawyer going to say. It's going to be interesting. And it's right. Yeah. So Adam just said in the chat, lawyers going to see the money. 100% lawyers are going to see the money over this.
Yeah.
There's no question somebody is going to sue somebody else over something that an AI created over intellectual property. No question.
And it's going to be a big deal too. It's going to be a big deal. Like, in other words, someone is going to take an IP from a company that's making hundreds of millions of dollars and go, that's not your IP. That was created in the public domain by an AI. You don't own that. And I am going to use it as I see fit.
Therefore, nothing is an IP.
And nothing's an IP at that point.
Right. You can think about this in terms of like, if you asked an AI to create you a design for a can of cola, right? And it put you that can and it made it white writing and the can was red. That's all it did, right? I guarantee you Coca-Cola's suing you.
Coming after you right away.
AI created or not. Because they're just going to say, well, clearly that is trying to use our name and the fact that it is a Coca-Cola or Coke, whatever you want to call it, a soda so the word in a can that is red and white.
Intentional confusion in the marketplace. Like when you cause intentional confusion in the marketplace, like saying, one brand looks like the other and they get your knockoff brand because the consumer can't tell the difference, you're violating the intellectual property. I mean, it's just going to happen.
And the AI can't understand that. It doesn't understand that complexity. It's like, well, the best-selling can in the world is this red can with white writing, so I kind of like that one. Let's go with that.
I'm going to use that one. That seems to work. That one's a good one.
Of course. Yeah. It's going to be interesting. We're going to see some. I'm sure we are. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah. All right.
It'll be cool. Okay, so back to portfolio's.
Let's do some portfolios. These are handcrafted by humans, we believe. So and we believe they're handcrafted.
They claim to be. So let's so let's take a look at some. We've got like 6 in the bag here, so we'll see how many we get through. We try and get through as many as we can. I promise. Yeah. We'll try and do as many as we can. So this is the first one up. This one is Neil Mick's portfolio.
Okay.
Neil Mick's full stack developer. He does have a Rubik's Cube.
Oh, I was going to make a joke. He didn't even solve it, but he does solve it. That's good.
He does solve it. So we list his stack here: Python, Java, JavaScript, HTML, CSS, and the fact that Neil loves to learn and make new things.
So here right away, it does have Neil Mick in here, but I'd put my name in the middle here where I'm drawn to reading this, and it doesn't tell me who you are.
Yeah, it's kind of up here at the top. I agree. I would put this in here too. Yeah.
My eye was drawn immediately to this middle. And it should just, you can say, hey, I'm Neil and I love to create. And I would put this Python, Java, JavaScript, HTML, CSS in some kind of sentence or something like that too. It just seems kind of weird that it's just out there and it's like, bam, 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 bam. I would say, I like to build things with Python, JavaScript, HTML, CSS, and then combine those 2 sentences.
Yeah, just so it makes
and then say, hi,
sense.
I'm Neil.
Right. Yeah. Yep. This to me,
cool.
We'll see this in a second, but this to me, when I first came to this page, I was like, geez, it's like almost like seizure-inducing when it tries to solve it. I'm just like, it's like, it's going nuts. Took me a second to be like, oh, it's actually solving it. Okay, I see what it's doing.
Yeah. I mean, this is okay. I mean, this is all like personal preference. I wouldn't put this on my site, but I think it's okay.
Right. Yeah. Right. You'll see why in a second, though. Hold on. So there's some social links up here, and then a portfolio link and about me link. So we'll scroll down for now. So in his portfolio, I just come down. One of the problem why I say this is one of the things that he's coded up is that cube. So
he built
it's
that.
Not just he's grabbed it from. Yeah, exactly. So he built that. So okay,
nice.
Yeah. He obviously has a live version, but it's actually on his site, so you don't have to worry about that. But I don't know what
kind of cool.
I go to the about. Okay, so it gives you a little bit about it. Okay, little cards are nice. I like that. That's cool. And then links out to GitHub as well. So what is, if I go back here, full stack developer. Okay, so it's full stack there.
All right, let's look at the NBA.
Let's look at the NBA app. So this says
neural network
predicts NBA game winners by player stats. If only it worked this way, right? I'd be rich. The model is trained on over 19,000 games from the past 2 decades. Every game, this is right up your alley, this one. Every game is input 102 total data points using various stats from the best players. Okay, written in Python, TensorFlow, neurons. The model is controlled by Django web app, which includes prediction stats for these games and more. Okay, let's go see it. Okay, can do a demo. Nice. At least that was a major point for that.
All right. Okay. Can we look at predictions?
We can. This is a prediction here, I guess. I can go into it.
Okay, there we go. Chicago and Milwaukee, 113 to 118. Chicago won the game, which, I watched it. But if anyone doesn't know, I'm a Bulls fan. That's what I was going to get right to the Bulls site. So
what was the score,
It said 118, 113, but I don't know the real score.
Oh, okay, that's what I'm saying.
Prediction .991. What does that mean?
Let me look. Who was this? Chicago playing Milwaukee. When was this? This was the other day, right?
This is weird too that Zach LaVine is in this list with Giannis. They're on different teams.
Are they on the 2 different teams though, I guess?
So I don't know what it's looking at. I don't understand the chart.
Let me look. What was this? This is this was
I don't think that's a real game. But
oh, okay. I'm just gonna look now. 11:23. So okay, that was the actual score. 118, 113.
Okay.
So
yeah.
I don't know how that plays into this. If that's like, does it do a prediction?
But look, I don't understand. Click on it again. So, and that was this year, right? It's saying it was this year, right?
Yeah. Last month. Yeah, it was. That was the actual score from this month. I just looked at the score for the game. And these must be actual stats, I'm guessing, right? So predictions, I don't know what that. Yeah, what does that mean? So this predicted. I'm guessing if it's predicted red, it means that it thought that the team in red was going to win. If it's green,
so go back in there. I want to look at something interesting. So Laurie Marketing plays for the Utah Jazz. Like, why is he in this list? He used to play for the Bulls, but he doesn't play there anymore.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
That's why when I looked at it, I'm like confused. Is this the year before last? Like, but you looked it up. The game's real.
Yeah, the game is real and the score is real. Yeah. I'm just looking at the. So hold on. Who did he play for before? He played for the Bulls at some point.
He played for Chicago, but I was looking at him like he doesn't play. He plays for Utah now. Like
I'm looking now just to see. Yeah. He's not listed on the actual stats at all for that game.
No, he didn't play in this game.
So no, he didn't play in this game.
I know he plays for Utah.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
No, what I think is he has a roster that's wrong, and then the roster has players from other teams, and then the roster here. I don't understand. Like these are the top 6 players in this game, I guess. And Chris Middleton and Giannis Antetokounmpo play for Milwaukee. Eric Bledsoe plays for Milwaukee. Zach LaVine does play for Chicago. Wendell Carter Jr. plays for Chicago. But like,
looking to see if the stats match because I have some stats. I have rebounds, assists, and points. Is there points on here somewhere? Do you see points? Oh,
what I think is he has. Let's see.
So Zach LaVine got 18 points in this game. He did not get 25.3 points. Just so you know. Maybe this is an average of some kind. Zach LaVine scored 18 points in this game.
Yeah.
And I don't see that listed here. It's saying that he got this number, which why would it even be?
And then the other one that's weird is Eric Bledsoe. I was looking up Eric Bledsoe, and I think he's playing in China. I don't think he plays.
Okay, yeah, he's not on this list here either. I'm looking at the actual roster for this game. Yeah, okay. So I don't know where the numbers come from.
Here's my gut feeling, and he can, if he's watching, he can tell me. I think he has rosters somewhere behind the scenes, and his roster data isn't up to date. And so he's pulling in rosters, but I don't see how you could have got points from Lauren Markin. I don't understand.
Oh, here we go. I'm reading this in chat now. So some of the stats might not be updated. I have a caching system to quick load games, season averages before the game, their last year's save stats, top 3 from each team. My team, yes, it uses an API. So
it's last year. That's what I'm saying. Lauren Markin doesn't play for Chicago now.
Yeah,
you can't use that in your predictive model.
You're right, and this is his averages, by the way. We'll talk about this.
Yeah. So, oh, he's having a great year for Utah. Trust me. But like Laura Marketing has said, yeah.
Okay, but I guess it's the idea of this then. Even if we take the numbers out of this, in particular,
it's cool, I guess. I mean, but if you. The problem is if you show this and the guy happens to be an NBA fan like me, they're going to look at it right away and they're like, Lauren Markin didn't play for Chicago. So it needs to be right.
So I can add predictions and I can make predictions in here then, I guess.
You can't add predictions. It's got the wrong rosters in it. You can't do it. It'll never work. I'm sorry.
True.
I mean, like,
that's true.
I'm just like,
no, that's true. No. If you're right. If the player's not on the correct team, like it can't make a prediction based on like his stats because they're from another team.
Yeah. And if you use last year's stats, that's great. But to predict this year's games, I understand what he's saying. He's saying that these stats across seasons and across years impact the success in an NBA game. I totally get that.
Yeah.
But you have to look at what are the current team doing, and then that current roster.
Yeah.
Then you can create a predictive model in and around that. What are they going to do?
Yeah.
So anyway.
Yeah.
It's cool looking.
I get that. Also, based on these stats, if you are going to do this, I would also say like it'd be nice up front here. I know these are past games. it'd be nice to see like here instead of like I see you have today's games here, but I can't do anything with them to see like what are the predictions like your model has for these games. That'd be kind of interesting to see. Like, who does it think's going to win this game?
Utah Jazz game, you can go see Lauren Marketing to see what he's going to do against the
right. Who's going to win this game? I can't quite.
I can tell you right now who won that game. That was from yesterday.
Oh, is it? Oh, this is yesterday. Okay, this is why he's saying about the API calls. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You only get it. He's obviously using a free API, so it's not.
Utah blew him out. So like.
Okay.
It's unfortunate. And I'm an NBA fan, and are more. So like, anyway, it's kind of cool. I mean, to me, let's say that I'm looking at this and I'm not an NBA fan. I'm also not a predictive fan. How does the prediction make it seem like that it works for me? Like, what's the output here? It's very, very technical in there. So if you click on that game here, I don't know what this means, but click on the Chicago game, prediction 0.991. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, that needs to be translated to more user-friendly human.
Like, tell me what this means.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, that's my only point. But if you're interviewing at an AI job or you're interviewing for some of that stuff, it may translate well when you're doing that kind of job. But if you're looking for a standard web dev job, they may not understand kind of what it does.
Right.
So the UI needs to be super simple.
Yep. I would
predictions 29, correct 21%, 72%. I don't know what that means.
It says it's range from home to visitor team winning is the number, I guess. I don't know. I'm not a statistician. It's not in my wheelhouse. So I wouldn't know exactly how that works. But I would also say, from a design perspective here, to just one thing, it doesn't feel basketball-y enough. No, basketball-y isn't the word,
it doesn't.
But it doesn't feel this matrix thing in the background. I get that. Crunching numbers, whatever, predictions, like betting, that kind of stuff. I just think it needs to feel more basketball-y. The color scheme doesn't feel basketball. The screen, make it like basketball's very orangey, right? It's brown. It's like it's colored, right? I would change the color scheme up a little bit to be more basketball.
In today's game where it says Utah versus New England or New Orleans right there, I'd have my prediction right there. It says Utah by 5.
Right.
Houston Rockets, Miami, Miami by 3.
Right, something that people are more familiar with. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you would have a prediction here of what you think is going to happen. The other thing that would be really cool is if you say your prediction is 29, correct 21, your graph should show, it does sort of show that I predicted these and I'm correct.
Yeah.
So that's important. But
this is like
not strong enough.
This is secondary to this, I think. I agree. This would be like today's games and here's my predictions.
Yeah. And then result, and then our prediction over here on the left-hand side were games. You can show where you predicted this or whatever it is. So
yeah, exactly. Be more apparent about like which one did you get this one right or wrong. Like make this maybe make this color green with a little check mark of some kind if you got it right, and a little like red and X if you didn't get it right or something. That could be kind of interesting. Yeah, something a little bit more visual. Yeah, because it's hard to tie in whether this was correct or not. I get it. You have the chart here.
Another thing too, just on the UI side, I know we're killing this guy's app. It's pretty good. But don't let us know we're nitpicking it. The red and green is kind of hard to see.
Yeah, it is.
Specifically the red.
Yeah, the contrast.
So you could pick different colors. Like we've talked about this a lot. Like red is a very middle color, and then you've got a middle gray, and it's practically invisible on there.
Yeah. Yeah. Whereas this blue works against the gray because you've got better contrast.
So it needs to be blue up there and maybe blue and yellow or something like that.
Yeah.
The green's actually kind of really hard to read on that gray.
It is.
But
people in chat suggesting maybe using NBA colors as well. That could work.
100%. Well, yeah.
That could work. I mean, because the color schemes, right? Because the color schemes aren't necessarily like going to be some kind of weird copyright issue or something. You can kind of tie it together without using branding and those kind of things. But I mean, if you could get away with branding, cool. But and maybe you can for a personal app. Like
you could probably on this personal site throw the logos for each team beside it. So if you had Chicago, had the Bulls logo, Milwaukee has the Bucks logo.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not trying to sell this. You're not trying to make money on this, I'm assuming. So it's like
trying to get a job.
Yeah, you shouldn't run into issues with that kind of stuff.
But there's a lot of work here. There's a lot of good work here, assuming it works. And then just realize my only comment is think about when you build this app, someone that knows nothing about data science, how can I present it to my mom who wants to go bet on NBA Bulls games? Like, how could I use this to be a gambler? And so, which is what the predictions are for. They want to know who's going to win, and typically people want to put money on those things. So, not that you're advocating gambling, but we all know where this is headed.
Right. So. Right. And that's another good point too. And I think you do that well. You do stick away. You stay away from that side of things. I don't think don't put big money logos on this or anything that talks about gambling or anything like that, because that's just gonna the wrong person seeing that is just gonna be like, yeah, no. Whereas this is it's unoffensive.
Predictive algorithms.
It's just predictive. Yeah. You're not gonna offend anybody with
this. It's fantastic that he used the NBA as a model. I think that's great.
Yeah, the data's interesting.
And people know about NBA games or whatever. You could do the same thing in college basketball or football or NFL. But NBA, maybe they have a better data set out there. And that's why I used it to begin with.
Yep.
It's pretty cool.
Yep.
All right. Let's keep looking. We'll stop killing his app, Neil.
Yeah, no, I like it. But there's a bug tracker too, look.
Bug trackers.
You should have probably started with your bug tracker. But hold on, we'll come back to that in a second.
Oh, yeah.
Let's just look at, but yeah, people are going to click on generally, again, we've talked about this a lot when we do these portfolios, but they're going to generally click on this first one. Top left is if they're going to look at one app, that's probably the one they're going to look at. They may not look at anything else. So just know that.
And final notes on the NBA thing. Here's what we do like about it. It had a demo login. You could log into it right away and use it.
Yep.
It was put together. It wasn't terrible.
Yeah.
I don't want you to
and it worked.
It wasn't terrible.
I mean, it worked. Trust me, those are big balls.
How you can make it work better.
Yep.
And hey, if you're going to show stuff from the Chicago Bulls, man, get the rosters right. We're still feeling it over that Lauren Marketing trade. We hate to see Utah and him drop 25 against the Pelicans, and we're just makes me mad. But anyway, I'm stopping my rants over.
Your Bulls rants over. Okay, so got
this. And Eric Bledsoe's in China. He's not playing in the NBA right now, so I don't know why he's even on the roster. So
okay, we've got this cool animation thing here with some technology in it.
Mm-hmm.
With experience.
So this is the skill section or whatever.
It's a skill section. Yep. Then an education section as well. Associates, applied science from.
He's not even graduated yet.
I like it.
Dude, you got some good work here if you haven't graduated yet.
Yeah, definitely.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
And then a contact form here at the bottom and some social links.
Wow.
I like it. Let's go check out your bug tracker.
Oh, look at the bottom. Have a fantastic Thursday at the bottom. Was kind of cool.
Oh, yeah. Cool. Yeah. I like it. That's good.
A little subtle, hey, I programmed this, kind of.
Yeah. Thing. No, that's neat. I like that. Yeah, that's neat. So here's the.
All right, let's look at Squash.
Let's go. So again, demo login. Super good. We like that.
Nice. Okay, got some open tickets.
Okay.
Look at now. I'm going to give you some props here. This is what you've done here is sneakily really cool. And you know what I'm probably going to say is you used the bug tracker to talk about the NBA project that you're working on at another site. So if you ever notice that comedians will reference something in the beginning and then they'll have a callback later and it's funnier, where they could have told the joke in the beginning, but because they're always calling back in here because it's effective, So what this does, and I want everyone to pay attention to this, what this really does is it gives the person viewing it, or an aha, I like that. He's using this to do that other thing, and then they've discovered something on your site that's kind of cool. And I think that's really powerful. So we try to tell students, when you build your bug tracker, put in stuff about your blog, put in stuff about Contact Pro, put stuff in about building the bug tracker itself. And people say, how can I do that while I'm building it? You can, you just don't, you do it in arrears, do it at the end when you can add in data. So I think it's kind of cool.
Yep. And Neil says, yes, he's actually using it. So this is actually
100%.
Using it.
Yeah, it's great. So, let's go deploy NBA data. Let's just look at one of those tickets here. All right. Okay, cool. Low. All right, cool. He's got users on it, Phil and Alfred.
Okay, he's working on it.
Working on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
demo side to it. It's got a little. He's done a file attachment too, which is great.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the dashboard here. See what the other one is. So an error with NBA prediction on every second game. Errors out. Need to run on dev server. See what's happening.
There you go. That's a real ticket. That's a real ticket that you would see, that you would get that from it. And then Neil down there got it working down there on comments.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just what, yesterday? Was that yesterday? We the 16th
yep.
today? Yeah, yes, yesterday. All right, 15th today? Today. You got it working today. Right.
So this is pretty cool, man. I mean, we would have some more features that we put on it, but I do like it. I mean, in general, I think you built this probably on your own. This is definitely not what I would say. It's not a Coder Foundry project. You probably took it from our advice and built it on your own, which I think is impressive.
Yeah,
so it's
definitely.
pretty cool.
Got some charting in here too, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, sure.
Showing you different level of tickets. So it's got some quick buttons here to basically filter this, right? So it shows the high, shows the closed tickets, shows the open tickets.
Yeah.
We create a new ticket.
What I would say is you could, one thing you can do, if you want to take this one step further, Neil, is add the concept of a project. So a project is a group of tickets, and then you could have the project level of your NBA project right in there, and then anything else. And then you group those tickets underneath that project, and then you can assign developers to the project. So that's one other step you do. That's what we do here at Coder Foundry.
Yep.
But this is a pretty good start. It's pretty neat.
Definitely. He confirmed he did build this 100% himself. So just with inspiration
with what?
From our idea. He did build this. Not
that's fine. That's what we.
So, yeah.
That's why we give the idea out. Like, you should build it.
That's
and so he didn't build it with the courseware. It's kind of cool. I mean, like, I like it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, definitely cool. I like it. Yeah, this is good. And he actually bought, you can't see it, but he did actually buy a URL for this too, squashbug.xyz. I like that.
Okay. Nice.
I think that's great. So put it on an actual, purchase, spent whatever it costs to buy the domain. So I like it. Yeah, really good. Really good, Neil. I like it a lot.
Neil, here's what I would say. I know I talked down on your NBA project, but dude, you're going to get a job.
Yeah.
This stuff's you'll get a job.
This stuff's good.
And the fact that you built the cube is kind of cool. What I would say, now that I know that you've built that, put something very small at the bottom. Hey, do you want to see how I built this? And do another little mini CTA under that. What do you think?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know how it would work from a design perspective on this page. I don't know how you would implement that. But yeah, I could see that being a thing. But I guess as soon as you scroll down, it's like, oh, I see that you kind of built it. It didn't take me but a second to realize, oh, that's the cube from the top up there. I get it. I get it. My only issue with it kind of moves quick. Like, I get it because you want it to solve it quickly and you want to see it kind of solved, and you don't want to be flickering. I was like, oh, did I break the page? I really thought I broke the page to start off with. But that's on me. I like it gives you a random thing and then it kind of flickers around a little bit. It's not the most pleasing thing to kind of look at, right? So. It says you can click and drag the cube. So you can move it around.
Nifty.
I'm assuming it keeps doing that as it solves it, right? Okay.
It's going to solve it right now.
I'm terrible at solving Rubik's Cubes, by the way.
I am too. I'm never been able to do it.
And I just never... I tried to learn a couple of times. I'm just like, I get so impatient with it. And I know it is just a pattern. And it is just a matter of learning the pattern and repeating it. But I'm just like, I just can't be bothered to learn it.
So go watch the speedrunners on Netflix. There's it's a documentary on Rubik's Cube speed solvers.
Oh, yeah? Okay. I know that's a thing.
Those people that do it, it's just like, dang, that's pretty quick.
Yeah.
So
that's crazy. Okay. So we're doing ratings. So what's your what do you want to go with? We have between a 1 and 5 star rating.
Okay. That's right. I forgot we do the ratings.
Yeah. We have ratings now, so we gotta give Neil here a rating.
And then we can ask the crowd there if they want to rate it up.
We can, yeah. Throw it in chat, and Neil's here, so you can offend him or not offend him. Your guys' choice.
It's all in love, Neil. It's all in love.
Yeah. What does everyone think? 1 being the lowest, of course. 5 being the highest. I know what I have in mind, and I'm sure you probably have the same number I do.
Yeah. Let's see if we got there. Let's see what we got there.
Ooh. So Ridge Raider says a 4.7.
A 4.7.
4.7. Martin's going with a 5.
And Martin said a 5, and then Tiandra said solid 3.5. He's a solid 3.5. You know, like a solid. You know, like a solid 3.5. Yeah.
Solid 3.5.
So
I would say that.
Here's my gut feeling on it, and let's see what you think. I think it's really good. I think it's a 4.
Yep. I agree. I agree because I think this can be improved in terms of visual things. I would actually be tempted to, because comparing these two projects, to lead with this one and put this one as a higher item. I think it's a better project.
Yeah. However, I do think the NBA one can be really good though.
Yeah.
It just needs a little UI massage and make it a little bit more user friendly to look at.
Right.
The colors were a little bit off on that thing, so red and green doesn't show up very well.
Yep.
But I think
just so you know, Neil, we've been doing this. We've been doing this for a while, and although we've only been giving ratings for the last couple of these, we've never given a 5 yet. Just so you know,
we haven't given a 5 yet.
We have not given a 5 yet. So hold on, I have a little animation.
So let's totally give him a 4. There we go.
We have a 4. But I would say it's almost a 4 point something too. If we did a point scale, it's probably a 4 point something. It's pretty good. I think you got a real good portfolio there, Neil. Yeah, you're definitely gonna get hired. No, I have no question.
You're gonna get a job, dude. No All right, let's see what's
next. Thanks for submitting too. Thanks for letting us take a look.
Thanks, Neil. Thanks for showing up too.
Yep. Yeah, and thanks for being here too. Yeah.
Oh, and we only can give like round numbers too. So if there's someone asking 4,
yeah.
Hired, 5 is perfect, 4 is not perfect.
Yeah.
We don't.
Yeah.
Kevin didn't make a graphics to the 10 points.
I didn't.
You know?
I didn't. I'm not making that many. I made 5. My Stream Deck only has so many buttons, guys. Like I don't have that many buttons to push. Okay. So this is I hope it's Vise. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, but Vise or Vise.
Yeah.
Okay, it's got a nice image. Vise is an HTML
sucker for the orange. You know, we're sucker
developer.
We're a sucker for the orange. So
I like the white orange. I build responsive user interface, available for work. And then a LinkedIn and a
GitHub. Okay. Cool.
I like this. Good design. Got a little brand up here too. Look, I like that.
Yeah.
It's not just
double V's.
This is what Vise did different than Neil did too. Look, he put his name kind of here too with this little like something about it just feels right. I think it's kind of standard. Okay, scrolling down. This is a single page. We have an About Me section. So Vise Vang, I like code a lot. I haven't stopped learning and coding since the day of discovering it. I'm ready to make this jump into the tech industry.
All right, let's throw this in a mobile view. Can we do that? He said he made a responsive website, so let's just check it.
Oh, we can.
More tools, dev tools. Okay, so far pretty good.
Other than this, I would fix this. This needs to drop down.
That should be in the hamburger menu. It should collapse. Yeah.
Kind of.
Okay.
I would also fix this too. This if you're gonna go for this like grid thing, I would probably send to the React one.
Yeah.
I would also actually, now that I think about it too, let me just go.
We can take it out now. It seems to work on mobile.
I would also drop this right here too. I mean, put it on or don't.
Yeah.
If you feel confident enough and you've built something with it, put it on. If you haven't and you've like literally just taken a tutorial and never built anything, don't put it on.
Right. Okay.
Okay. So
the only thing I will say is like, what do you think from like when we transition from the home to this page? It's like 2 different designers built them. You know, like
yeah. This feels like I agree. This has like this nice hierarchy of text and color, and then this has just like centered everything. Just feels weird. Yeah. I would take this. Maybe drop the. Sometimes you don't need to say about me. Right? Clearly it's about you. I would probably take this image, make it a little bit bigger, push it over to this side here maybe, put this text over to the side of it, It'll just give you a little bit of a better, like, this just feels all like down this way, right? And it should feel a little bit more designed. That probably would help this a little bit. Make this 2 columns, 1, 3 or 4.
What's the read more button do?
Oh, a little pop-up, a little modal of some kind. It doesn't scroll within the modal, so it just gives me more information. Okay. We've talked about this before, right? We've talked about, like, you can have too much information in this section, and you can. If I think if you put all of this information in there, you were right to kind of not put this there.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure you actually then need it even here, though. I don't know. Maybe you do. I would pick out the most interesting things of this, or the most important parts of this, maybe, and put this in here.
Notice he watches football and soccer, Kevin, just to let you know.
Oh, was that what he said?
He's doing both.
Anyway, we don't want to talk about football. Sony's got a portfolio section. I guess this is just as
okay. So
page.
Some front end type things where he's built. Maybe it looks like, I don't think he built Adidas. I think that is like something he, like simulated, or
which then also makes me wonder about the other ones too. Then, because I'm not familiar with what this is, but it does make me wonder about these other ones too. Yeah, they just clones. This is responsible. Yeah, but it doesn't.
Which is no wrong. No, there's nothing wrong with doing clones at all. I mean, it's just but. So let's just look at the first one. T-shirts. Okay. And if he's watching, is this real? Is this a real thing?
I don't know. We'll see here in a second. I'm gonna try and buy something. Maybe
it looks real.
It does. It looks real. It is a real thing. Has some reviews. Doesn't say that it's not anywhere.
I would scroll up there if you've been paid for doing it and they accepted it. Don't change it. But like the yellow down there on the stars is just impossible to read.
Yeah,
that needs to be orange. You can make some orange stars, some blue stars.
Yeah, the white with the they just don't work, do they?
Or change the background. It's
Let's see.
Well, you can't read that at all.
This is not top menu. You can't. It's top menu, but this isn't a real site, by the way. I can't.
Okay, it's just a clone.
These are just dead links. Yeah.
It looks good though. I mean, like, as far as like, but there's some problems. You probably, if you did this for real, they would say, hey, I can't see the menus at the top.
Yeah.
That definitely needs to be black up there. Or dark gray.
Yep.
Okay, start designing, and that didn't go anywhere. It's just
no, they're all just they're all just
okay.
Yeah, all of them. So it's just using the page, I guess. So yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, it's very standard web design.
Business.
It's good. It's good. I like these sections where you go like these back and forth with the different colors and the different like the 2-column kind of designs kind of work for me.
Yep.
This one I would think about changing a little bit because it just feels like it's too stuck in the center. I maybe push this to the bottom of the page below reviews. I would push this up a little bit.
Yeah.
Change these
definitely
colors.
Now that I know this isn't real, change those star colors to something else that looks better.
Yep.
Or put a stroke on the star or the image or whatever you want to do.
And also watch for the amount of it can work. A stroke around stuff can work if it's done right. Also watch for the spacing around some of these things too. Like it feels right here, but this feels wrong right here.
Yep.
And then when we scroll down, this feels wrong. It's tucked up at the top and there's a big space at the bottom. Same here, big space between these two things.
So you could center those horizontally inside that div.
Yep. And then at the very bottom, you just got a bunch of space. Like it seems wrong. This should always sit at the bottom of the sit at the bottom.
Yeah.
It should look like that. Right? It should be just like that.
I do like the follow us way that's laid out. I like that. Sign up for a I like those two.
Yep. I would probably put this with this though too. Maybe make that two columns.
That way you don't have 30 feet of headspace above the sign up.
Yep. I'll also say as I start looking at this, there's more down the center than I kind of like. Like this is centered, this is centered. I know these aren't, and that's probably why I do like those more. But then this is centered. I mean, this is literally like centered text. That just feels weird, especially when it's full width.
Anytime you're in general, like you're writing a paragraph of text, it shouldn't be centered. It should be left justified, in my opinion.
Yeah, it just feels weird. I would also make this narrower somehow. Put these buttons by the side of it or something if you have to. But it feels too wide. I know I'm looking at it on a slightly bigger screen, although this isn't a massive screen. If I put it on my ultra-wide screen, it would look really weird. It's going to be 2 lines.
One sentence across
exactly,
the side,
exactly. It's going to be really
unless
weird.
they used a container. I mean, like,
yeah, and I don't know because I'm not going to. Although maybe.
All right, cool.
No, they didn't. Let's stretch out.
No, it's not in a container. So one other note here is what's the name here?
Vise.
Vise. Use containers, and so like the reason we use containers is because, and we teach this at Coder Foundry, is the container can be end to end on the small ones, but as it gets up into the bigger ones, it's going to be constricted to a certain width. And the reason those containers work is because when you go to an ultra wide and someone pushes your site on an ultra wide, it looks terrible.
Yeah.
Because it just continually always goes out to like a fluid container option. So you need to have eventually a container width that has a maximum, something like that. And you can look at, Bootstrap has this. Every type of framework has them in there. So, all right, that's cool. Let's see what else he's got. Landing page. Okay, so he's going to be front end only. We got some mini projects, so that's a little call to action here. Okay, so he's got some mini projects here. Okay.
So
all right, let's go look at discount calculator.
Discount calculator, form validation, and a password generator.
Okay.
So I'm going to spend $100, but I want that 10% discount, man. Calculate, get $10 off, so I finally pay 90.
Okay, cool.
Get a little reset button. Okay, so these seem to work. Let's see. Okay.
Seems to. Nice.
I wonder what it does with like larger numbers. Okay, so that's one thing you could work on is some kind of formatting on the output.
Yeah, just use your JavaScript formatters to make it look like.
Yeah, because when you get large numbers like these, it's kind of like, I don't know what that number is.
Does it work with decimals? It's like if you put 45.7 in there.
We'll test that other one that I said there in a second.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of, except that's not a real monetary amount. So rounding is a little bit off, right? It needs
rounding,
to be, yeah. You need to figure out the rounding. You should probably round it at this point, right? You'd round it at the 10%, right, for the savings. You'd make this what, 459, right?
Yeah, you can use max. There's all the formatters will do this for you.
Yeah, so some little things like that. Let me see if I can. What does it do if I do that? It will accept that look, and then you end up with something like this, which is nonsense.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Definitely needs to be done to the 2 decimal places because it's money.
Money. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's keep going down. Let's see here. Get in touch.
Then we have a contact form at the bottom, and then some contact details and some socials down here.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so here's the thing. There's a slight disconnect here for me because it says Vise is an HTML email front-end developer. I see some of the front-end stuff. I don't see any of the email stuff. So if you are an email developer, I would put some examples in there of your work along that line too. Even if they don't have to be like stuff you've actually like done commercially, because this stuff isn't, right? These aren't commercial sites you've put up. These are just examples of front-end websites. So I would put some examples in here of emails that you've created.
Yeah. Also, too, the alternation between the dark and the light. I think you need to spend some time designing this page right here. Make it more designed. I know that's like very abstract, but like this page looks good.
This page does look great. You spend a lot of time on this. Yeah. It has the right hierarchy. And yeah.
This doesn't look good, in my opinion.
No, because it feels centered for me. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, like the boxes are okay, but like, it just doesn't feel really designed.
Yep.
So you could look at some examples of some really good About Me pages and just design yours in and around that. You know, you could take some inspiration from it.
Yep. As I said, for me, I would drop the About Me wording, push this off to one side, left or right, and then make this like a paragraph that sits by the side of it.
And I don't like circled images set off like that. That's just my personal opinion.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I would probably put a box and put a little 10px border on it, but that's just my personal style.
Yeah, I think the thing is here, this breaks up, the fact that it is a circle breaks up the fact that everything else is a square. So I kind of get the idea of wanting to do that, but it doesn't quite come off right.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Yep.
And then, you know, so like then the mounts here work good with the parallax, and then you go up to the one above, it looks really good, and then you get to this white section, it looks bad again. So good, bad, pretty good, and then kind of bad. You know, so like what do we do? And then this doesn't, those two sections should be alternating colors, obviously.
Yeah, because you're right. They just feel like two sections the same color. This just space seems like to be a weird thing. Even though I'm a fan of white space, if you want, or like spacing, but sometimes it just feels wrong.
And the other thing is, fix your menus when it collapses down to mobile. You know.
Yeah. These need to be hamburger when it collapses down.
And then I would say here, let's just do one more thing. I build responsive user interface. It's going to be interfaces to get people to proofread a little bit.
Yep.
Even though I'm not the best for that. If you follow me on Twitter, I'm always making a mistake on Twitter. But like, you know.
You haven't paid.
Here's what I think. Here's our score. We can go and score this. What do you think? It's a 3, kind of middle of the road.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yep. I think so. Let's do that. I'm in agreement with that for sure.
Yep. All right, let's go see the next one.
A lot of good stuff there.
Yeah.
This one. Okay, next up we've got Travis. So Travis is a software engineer.
Another orange. I'm loving the orange there.
Orange.
It's getting closer to FF993B.
See the little animation up there? Look at that.
Okay, nice.
It's kind of nice. It spins around an axis there. I like it. Keeps going.
Okay. I like the doodad on the right, and it's kind of cool. I do like that. And then the N and the LinkedIn and the GitHub down there. It's kind of cool.
Yep. These are nice too. These little animations are nice. Little hover over on this one with a little glow, and then this one's a little extension with a hover over. Look, kind of nice. I like that. Subtle. I like it. It's good. And these have a little underline when you hover over them. Okay, so a little about me section. Who is Travis? So Travis has decided to go.
See, this looks more designed than the last one we looked at.
Yep.
The only thing I sort of don't like about this, I want to see what your opinion is. The about me is centered. I think I would left justified over the paragraph.
Again, I would be tempted. I would be tempted again to maybe drop it. And just have.
But if you,
and I would also push this up to be in line with this if I could. Like this is obviously centered within this, but I would push it to be top aligned here probably, so that it's right here would probably be better.
And if I kept about me, I think I would left justify it with the text above it. You know, like that's the title of the section in the right hand column.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
It just looks a little weird centered there, but other than that, it looks pretty cool.
I think I understand why. I think it's because this isn't like in the center of the word here. It's because it starts too far to the left of this, so this doesn't feel centered. It feels like it's skewed to the right slightly, even though it's definitely not. It is center of the page.
Yeah.
So maybe this is like, if we take a bootstrap grid, for instance, maybe this is like 7 wide or 8 wide instead of 6. So it's not exactly middle of the page, right? It's a little bit wider than this section. That's why it feels weird.
Yeah. And I think too, now that I really look at it, we're breaking this thing apart, and Travis like, why in the world did I get these guys to look at my portfolio? It says who is Travis and about me. I would just pick one or the other and put that thing at the top and drop it and let that image be by itself. It doesn't need a title over it. I think that would help it. And then you can have the about me over the text, or who is Travis over the text. Left justified, or I would even say you could center it on the right column if you wanted to. I'd look at that too. But it needs to be definitely positioned over the right column, and then the image just stays on the left-hand side by itself.
Yeah. I can see that. I could also see dropping this, leaving this here, or whether you go with about me or who is Travis, and just, again, tucking it up to be in line with this right here. That could work.
You can do that too. Yeah.
That could work. Either one of those things will work.
I think it has 2 titles is the problem, and it only needs 1.
Yeah.
All right,
section.
cool.
School section looks good. I like that.
Like the logos, and great.
Scheme,
and then
logos.
He's following through on the colors. Fantastic. You pick a color scheme and you stick with it. And when we looked at the previous one, that was another thing. It didn't really have a common color palette as it was going through. So I think that's now that I've seen this one and compared to that one, that's why it looks better.
Yep. Okay,
All
so
right,
there's some projects. 6 projects listed. Little hover overs. So what is this? Travcord. Testing my skills by recreating the Discord landing page. Okay, so this is a clone one. Landing page design in Figma.
Okay.
Brought to light using HTML and CSS. RPS API. API using MERN-stack, allowing devs to post dev blogs with sections to core website. This one seems more interesting than these, to be honest. But
yeah, the other thing I don't like about, I'm nitpicking where it says Travcord, where it's supposed to be Discord.
Yeah.
It says tested my skills. I would just say recreated the Discord landing page, and don't let people think that you're just learning or you're just trying it out, or like hope this works. Like
right.
like
doesn't inspire confidence, does it? So
yeah, this is my crappy attempt at creating the Discord landing page. Like
right, that's what somebody might read into that. Yeah.
Or yet another to-do list. I've seen that before. Like okay, don't discount your work.
Yeah, here's my attempt at a to-do list.
Yeah, exactly. That's all I have.
Yeah.
Also, put the most complicated project or the ones you want to be hired for first. It looks like you've got a stats website, advanced PHP statistics for Rust servers is down here middle on the left. And then, so these things don't really have an order to them.
They don't, because these seem more complex, right? Than this. Mm-hmm. Because what's going to happen is, like I said, they're going to
the first one on the second row because of your head.
Oh, it's because my big head in the way. There we go.
Yeah, Misfits Boxing, boxing promotion company. So these are all websites.
Yeah.
A landing page, and then you have an API using MERN-stack. So the question I would ask: what do you want to be hired for, and what job are you going for? Put those projects first. Now we do this at Coder Foundry a lot, where we will have some simpler projects, but we put them down in a separate section, and we put the complex projects up on top, the ones that we want to get hired for, and that would be like our bug tracker. And then below that, we may have like an, a loan calculator, but that's further down. So just think, they're probably going to click on one project at most, not all 6.
Yeah, they're not.
And
chances are they're going to click this one.
The chances are they're going to click that one.
You're going to click on whichever one you've hierarchically sent them to. And by instinct, at least if you're in the West, it's going to be top left, because that's the way we read.
Right.
Top left, down. So
and the second one that we could be drawn to could be center. I mean, sometimes we'll draw to the center.
Yep.
So you just know that. Now, what I've seen people do is they'll put a featured tag on the card here, which is kind of cool.
Yep.
And then you can influence someone to pick on it.
Yep. And that's the point. The point is putting it here is is currently its only influence. There's a bunch of different ways you can influence people to click on this. You can use color. You can use size. If you put a border around this one, or you put some graphic on it that says featured, or if you made this one the size of 2 of these boxes, so it's clearly the one I want you to click on. Exactly.
You have a big one in the middle, and then the other ones surround it would be kind of cool.
Yep. Clearly you want them to click on that one, but you're like, hey, I've got a bunch more work too, just in case you want to see that I've done more than one thing. That's kind of how to do it.
Right.
Let's click on this just real quick just to see, and I can imagine what it's going to be. It's just going to be
imagine a place.
Clone of Discord, right? I mean, it's taken the design of Discord and has recreated it. It's good. It's going to do a good job. But yeah, that's.
And he changed the logos and stuff. He said so. I haven't looked at the Discord page.
Well, he's made it Travcord. I mean, and So yeah, it's good. Yeah, I mean, it shows that you can recreate this thing. You've got the hierarchy right. You've clearly copied it correctly. Yeah, it's exactly what you'd expect it to be. Let's look at a different one. I want to see this one. The stat. Does this say it used something? Hold on. This says an advanced PHP statistic website for Rust servers. Oh, Rust the game. Okay, I see. Oh, this is just a video it links back to. This is not live. This pulls in stats. Okay, but this isn't a live link.
What's it do?
I guess it's pulling in statistics from a video game called Rust. It's not Rust the language.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
There's a video game called Rust.
Yeah.
Let's look at this one, though. This API one. Let's see what. Again, this is a video. It's not a live.
Oh,
See, this looks
video.
way more interesting, though. This is your killer app right here.
Seems like it.
This is your app.
Does it work?
I don't know. It's a video.
We don't know.
I don't know. I have no idea. But seemingly, yes. I mean, he's clicking around, and yeah. This is your app right here. The fact that it doesn't have any code base either, and it's just a video, kind of a problem.
That's a problem.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, definitely. It needs to be live.
Right.
I need to be able to go click through that, and I would get that
Every
site published.
one of these should be live.
Yeah, if it's not live, if it's not live, take it off.
Yep, every one of them should be live.
But yeah, Travis, this is your project right here. Lean into this. And then a contact me form down at the bottom.
I think people are going to be surprised here what I think about it. And Travis, I'm going to don't get mad at me for saying this. All right. I think the design itself is really good. The problem is going to be when you're trying to use this to get a job, and that's how I'm looking at this. Yeah. It's going to be a 2 because the project I can see is kind of basic, just HTML. The other ones I can't see at all. I have no idea looking at this if you can do the things you say in your skill section. All right.
Yeah, that's my worry about this. And I agree, because my worry about this is that this feels so much more advanced than this, but I can't demo it. Yeah. So I'm immediately going to be like, is that? I need to touch it.
Yeah. So Travis, here's what we want to say, and take it with a grain of salt. But what we try to avoid here at Coder Foundry is what we call the soft no. This gets sent to someone, they look at it, and they don't ever bring you in for an interview because they can't see any of the code or work on it or whatever. I mean, there's not even a GitHub link for this RPS.
I know, and that's what I'm saying. There's no code, there's no live demo, there's just a video. It just, yeah. To me, if I'm looking at this, I'd be like, this feels way, way, way more advanced than this does. And just because I can see this one, I would question. I'd be like, is this? Here's my thoughts, and this may be right, it may be wrong. Did he build it? That's exactly. I would soft think, did he build it? 100%.
And then what happens is you get the soft no. Yep. And so, and also you don't have, and there's 2 types of demos that we try to go for. One demo is the passive demo where you've sent it out maybe to a recruiter, maybe to a hiring manager, and they just pull up your website and they look at it just like we are, and they can see your work. Proof of work is right in there. The second one is you go to an interview. Can you demo this RPS API in a demo? And if you're saying to yourself, no, I can't do that, it only runs locally on my machine or whatever, then that's going to be a problem because you need to prove your work. So that's why we give it a 2. The design work here is good. So even if you used a template here, that doesn't matter. It looks really good.
Yep.
And I think you can build things because the Trav chord looks like you know how to.
Yeah, exactly. Clearly, you can put something together. Yeah. So, yep. Okay.
All right.
Gotta give you the 2 animation.
And
it's not bad.
Orange, so yeah.
It's not all bad, Travis. Not all bad.
Don't hate us, Travis. All right, man. So,
okay. On to our next one. We got here. Oh man, all
right. Next one.
But we'll look at this
front end developer. We'll look at this one. All right. Marcus Manghetti.
So I did see, look, just so we get this out of the way, Marcus is a front-end developer based in France. We're not going to talk about the football. We're going to leave it alone. Okay? We're just not going to talk about it. So because I looked at this and I was like, man, I don't even want to talk about Marcus's portfolio right here. He's based in France. But I'll be the bigger man. I'll let it go.
They're going to lose to Argentina anyway, so like.
Ooh, okay. I don't know about that. So yeah, let's go to the homepage actually because I think I clicked through already.
Okay, cool.
So this is actual homepage. I already clicked through to about. But the animation there, you check that. You see that? Look at that. That's nice, right?
That's neat.
That's really nice. That's cool. I like that. So this is like a this has got multiple pages here, which is kind of nice.
Okay.
This is obviously super well designed. I mean,
Yep.
No doubt. This looks smart. It shows you how you can create a page, right, with a color scheme that is minimalistic, right? It has white, a dark color, and a highlight color, right? That's kind of it. That's kind of what we're rolling with here. And then subtle grays. No imagery. Look. Didn't need imagery.
But it looks great.
But it looks really good.
Yep. All right.
Yeah.
Let's look at his skills without me.
Out section then.
It's kind of cool. I mean, yeah.
Yep.
Look at this. Got a CTA right down there. I like that. Let's work together in your next project. I like that. The CTA down there.
Yep. There's a CV listed here. Contact me. Super good. Socials listed here too. Obviously, all very easy to see and click on. I like that. So the skills section. Again, super good animation. Tons of different skills here.
Yep.
Okay, so design skills as well. Love they have After Effects here. That's cool. Let's go to the portfolio. See what work we've got. Okay, we've got,
let's see.
We've got a lot of projects. A ton of stuff.
A lot of projects. Okay. But we're going to pick the first one.
We are. I would say, so just straight off the bat, though, I would say the first thing is try and curate this a little bit more. And I say that because I literally see down here one that says my old website. If it's not something that you would proudly put out there, I would take it off.
And you don't need it. You got all this other stuff anyway. You don't need to show your old website.
Volume does not outweigh quality. Definitely not, Marcus. Definitely not. You just want to show your quality work. You want to pick your 4, maybe 5 of these, of the ones that you know are the best, and show those off.
Yeah.
Because here's what might happen. Although we're going to click this one up here, somebody may click this one down here. Maybe it's not very good. Maybe you're not even proud of this work anymore. You just put it on because you've done it, and they're going to judge you based on that one thing they're going to look at. So just be wary of that. When you've probably got something on here that's really cool. Let's see. This is wealth.
Okay, it's got a little project whatever. We can go to the site. I like this. I like the modal approach, or the landing page for it. It's kind of cool.
Yep. Let's go take a look. Let's see what we got. Looks like a business app. So this is okay. So it's an HR.
Does it work? Can we add it in there?
I don't know. Let me list employees. I'm sure I can. But
okay.
This is a list of employees.
Little data table. Is anything clickable in there?
I can't click on them. No.
Okay, so that's it. I mean, that's fine. There's no detail.
So that's it. So basically, what I'm doing is I'm taking a form and I'm posting it to a table. Right. That's
right.
Yeah. I think it needs to do something more, doesn't it?
Maybe.
It needs to have. I mean, it's got search in it. I get that, but maybe it shows. I guess I can show more of that. I mean, I guess to click through. Even if I click through and it brought me back to this view, right, where I could edit one.
Yeah, the detail view, yeah.
Maybe I need to edit one,
right?
Where
you can edit.
I mean, there's no accounts here. That's the other thing either, by the way. It's not like this isn't stored behind an account of any kind. So there is that. That could be a feature.
Yeah, I think, to me, when you're building these front end, back end things, we talk about, is your project strong enough? And so we talk about this a lot. And the first thing we say is you implement auth on your site. And so this should have an authentication, and then you can put it behind multiple companies, and then you have a demo company that you're using here. And so that they can just demo that company and look at it. You should be able to add, edit, and delete from here. So that's the other thing that it needs to do. Yeah,
there's no edit and delete. Yeah, it's just adding.
Yeah.
And then the view that you end up with is kind of just, I don't know, it's kind of boring, right? It's just like your basic table. It's not the most interesting thing to look at. You could also include, which you don't have, uploading a file to for an image, maybe.
Yeah, so image would be cool here.
Would be kind of work.
And then, so this is a lot like our Contact Pro.
It is.
Except our Contact Pro has obviously multi-tenant and authentication, uploading image, a couple of different views, and edit.
And I think you could extend this into something a little bit more.
I think you have the skill to do it. That's for sure.
Yeah.
It looks nice though.
Yeah. Oh, it definitely. Yeah. It looks like a business app, right? This is
it looks nice.
It looks like a business app. It's kind of what you expect it to look like. Yeah. Cool. I want to see what this one is.
Sportsy.
Yeah. It's not published. It's only on Git.
Okay, so we can't look at that one. So moving on.
Let me go see if there's other. So I know other that one was published. Let me just see some random one.
Fisheye.
Okay, this one is. Okay, so this is okay. So photography stuff, I guess. Okay. It's like a photo site, I guess.
So are these photographers? I mean, it's
I'm guessing so. Yeah. I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's a site for photography. I'm guessing.
Right. Yeah.
By photographers, which makes sense. I like it.
Looks nice.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, definitely. And you've made some right choices here too. By the way, I didn't pre-click this, and I just thought about it when I clicked it. I was like, when you took a lot of photography and art stuff too, you've got to keep it safe for work. And I hadn't thought about this before I clicked it. It seems like you have in here without me clicking through it too much, but that's a good tip too. Although, like some things like putting in like slightly risque or not safe for work images can hurt you. I know that seems like it's like, you know, it definitely can. So I don't know if that's a conscious thought on your part or not, but you know, I'm not going to click through everything in here, but you know, you kind of that is the way to go with it. You're looking for a job, right? You need to have that kind of corporate mentality. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Memory game. What's the memory game? Let's do one more.
Game. You know, test my memory skills. Oh, this one is published. Can
we translate? Google Translate it there.
This says Portuguese though. Is this in Portuguese? They were French, right? It thinks Google thinks it's Portuguese. I don't know why. But
there we go.
We'll do movie theater. We'll do green. Ooh. Oh,
Lord of the Rings.
I see what it's doing. Okay.
Spider-Man. Into the Spider-Verse. Forrest Gump, Wonder Woman. Okay.
Oh wow, I'm going
Avatar.
So we got.
All right, we got those two. We got the Wonder Woman there. There you go. All right, good.
Lord of the Rings. We're dominating this game. Matrix. That one yet. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at you.
Look at that. Oh, we're too good at this game. We're too good. Oh, I got it wrong.
No, you missed it.
I want to see. Like, I wondered if it was gonna like quit or something, or like. Okay, so it just turns them back around again. That's interesting. That's a good mechanic. This works. I like this simple little game. Give me a Betty or something, or it takes me back. So win condition just takes me back. Okay, that's cool. That's interesting. I would somehow see if you can like for a game like that. I would maybe try and
guesses and win condition. And like
I would also try and maybe build it into my portfolio site as like maybe like a little like interesting little side thing. Like it's less of a, it's less of an. I want you to click out to go play this game. Like, if you could build this into here somewhere, maybe, I don't know how you would, but that could be an interesting portfolio project on your portfolio, right? What if you use, like, your skills or something, your skill set, and you match skill set cards or something, or something like that? Could be super interesting.
Yeah, we'll go down one. We'll play tic-tac-toe real quick, Kevin. So we got to go to the classics, even though we hate this project. But, like, we'll just see what he's got.
Let's see.
Chalkboard, kind of cool. You know.
Yeah, it's visually cool. Okay, where are we going? I'm assuming we're playing against AI, right? I'm guessing.
I don't know.
Let's see. We're not. Okay, so it's just okay. I just wonder what it's gonna do.
There you go. You won.
Okay. This would be more interesting if it played against you, right? I mean,
that's harder to do.
It is harder to do, I agree, but it's more interesting too.
But
it visually looks okay.
That's why I don't like tic-tac-toe as a project, but it is shoved down there pretty far down the thing here.
Yeah.
So, math for kids would probably be better than tic-tac-toe, honestly.
Yeah. I'm guessing, looking at some of these too, I'm guessing a bunch of these are tutorial projects. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know all of these, but I'm guessing they are. Just based on the fact that they're so mixed and so random. We've got a little sequencer look.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, you can't hear it though, can you?
Not really, no. I can imagine. And then...
There we go. Okay, I mean, it works.
Okay.
That's a pretty cool beat.
Main thing the guy has, here's what I see. The guy has really good front end skills as far as design skills. When I say front end. Really good. I mean, like, that's really, really good.
It is, and the animations and stuff are good,
Yeah. So the portfolio, let's go look at portfolio one time before we grade this one. Yeah. I still think getting a job with this is still a 4. I mean, it's really good. Like, but the projects are not exactly, I think,
Yep. I'm one with you.
where you could be.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you.
To make this a 5, make that wealth health better, and then take off the ones that aren't nearly as that you don't want to show, and curate the list down.
Yep. Yeah, if you had one row of 5 here, I think you'd be golden.
That's all you need.
I think you've got enough.
And if you want to, you can say other, and then make 2 sections. That kind of stuff. You don't need to have 40 on here, but dude, you know what you're doing. I think you're going to work. So.
Yeah.
Oh, you like my sound effects for refrigerator?
Oh, there you go. Somebody wants to take that sound effect and make a cool beat out of it. Give that back to us. I'll play it next week. Actually, speaking of next week, this is actually our last live of the year.
Yeah, so we're going to be on vacation and traveling and doing all that kind of stuff. So we're going to be gone the next couple of weeks. We'll be back in the first week of January in the new year in 2023.
We will. But this is our last one of 2022.
So
yeah, we'll see you in the new year.
So let's do this, Kevin, before we leave. I know we're going over like that.
I don't know.
Let's see if someone wants a question that we want to answer. The one question that you need to have answered before the end of the year. We'll give you a couple of minutes there to put it in there. So if you got something, if someone's still here, ask us some questions. What do you want us to know? What do you want to know? Yeah. And then we'll kick out of here.
Just
Code Foundry mixtape.
I just said enjoy the holidays.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. Let's see. I don't want to talk about this right now, but no.
Nope.
No. Definitely not.
I don't know why you would. I would think that would be the last one. It'd be the last one.
I think it would be too. Yeah.
Huh?
I think it'd be the last one too.
Yeah.
Ridge Raiders, funny question. Is 13 too old to learn to code? And if you hit that 14th birthday,
you're just done, man. You're just done.
Man. If you didn't start at 11, you're done. Here we go. Let's the winning lottery numbers. You need to go ask ChatGPT for the winning lottery numbers. I'm sure
you could ask it right now.
I'm sure it'll have. I'm guessing it won't do that, right? Will it not? Will it do like sports predictions and stuff? I don't think it will it? It makes you wonder about like the other guy.
Who do you think's gonna win? Yeah. So.
Oh, let me ask it. Hold on. Let me ask.
So Rico asked a good question, and my thinking is evolving on this. I'm going to tell you right now. Ryaku. No.
Okay, hold on. There we go.
Is a single.
Oh yeah. We talked about this the other day. Yeah. We talked about this the other day.
So here's what I think. We're currently teaching single page. All right, we're currently doing that. We run it down the page. Multi-page, we're building multi-page in applications. We think that's superior to single-page applications for sure. In fact, one of the predictions a lot of people are talking about for 2023 is the death of the SPA, which is like there's a lot of movement, especially in the JavaScript community. Like we really should be probably rendering things on the server side for security and all these other reasons. And we're like, no kidding. Like ASP.NET does that right now. So what about your portfolio? Well, the cool part about a single page portfolio is if you're looking at a mobile and most of your mobile thing, you can just scroll and look at it. And that's kind of cool. And it's kind of nice. You don't have to like tap the screen to look at it. If you have multi pages, that does get indexed better by different things inside and around Google. So if it so happens that one of your projects is like well used or well visited or very popular, that page could index by a crawler, and it wouldn't get indexed because on an SPA because it just looks at the H1 tag at the top of that thing. So like, I don't know. My feeling is ease of use. Probably SPA is better right now still for a portfolio.
Yeah, but we did see just in general a trend back towards multi-page apps.
MPAs, yeah, for sure. I mean, but I would say that if you look at a Coder Finder portfolio coming out right now, we're kind of a hybrid. In other words, like the front end of it is all like single page. You can scroll up and down. You click on a project, sends you to a different site, which can be viewed as a different page. So like we're kind of in the middle on that, but I think ease of use and scrolling up and down on a mobile device is easier to look at a portfolio that way than just clicking through it. So, but I don't think it matters either way that much, as long as it's well designed and well put together.
There you go. Let's do one last question. We'll do Clara's question. What point of the self-paced course do you recommend we master before starting to interview for front-end roles?
I think here's what I think everyone should do. All right. And this is what I believe. I think the first part of the course is going to go through obviously Bootstrap, JavaScript, and those things. You should have those on your portfolio. If you can get and go through .NET 6 and get all the way to Contact Pro, I think that's a really good project to put on your portfolio, even if you're interviewing for front-end roles at that point.
Yeah, because you can still make the project look good.
Yeah, because you cover databases, you cover authentication, you cover those things. So that's what I would like to see. I just think that project because if you just have, I built 8 things in Bootstrap and I'm just interviewing for front-end roles, those projects don't show well enough, I think. And you can do so much better and try to eliminate those soft no's by having more complex projects on your site. So that's what I think.
There you go. Cool. Well, thank you everybody for hanging out, and
thank you for that. Like the video if you liked it, if we did a good job, and hopefully we didn't hurt anyone's feelings on their portfolio. We tried to give you the best that we could do, and based on our experience of where we see people getting turned down, and also gives you a little flavor of like if you ever come to Coder Foundry, how we look at portfolios with students. Like they're like they also know in class. They're like, I don't want Bobby to look at mine. He's but what I want to know is I want to get you to hear, because I think the closer you are to the top of the people that you're interviewing against, the more likely you to get an interview request and win an interview. And so that's why it's good in our arena to look at these things before you try to interview with it. And I think hopefully we helped out some people today. So it's really good. Good luck. Keep coding. We'll see you next year.
We'll see you guys next year.